everybody. I think we're live. We're going. We're here. I'm so sorry that I'm tardy for the party. Okay, unintentionally. Sometimes preparation just gets away from you. You know what I'm saying? As I was preparing, and oh, let's just talk. Can we just talk for a moment? just let's just play catch up for a moment. Number one, hello everyone. It is me, Danielle J. Mitchell, your up and coming queen of real estate, and I'm here for today's and this week's Tuesday tip at two. For a moment, can we just play catch up? Let me get my glasses together here. Um, it's been a busy couple of weeks. It's been a busy couple of weeks, especially last several days, and trying to get some clients to closing. Oh man, trying to get some clients to closing. Two of my clients had some serious hiccups in their financing process. So we had to rectify. We had to problem solve, and that is a part of what I do as we do. A part of what we do as realtors is that's the top thing we have to do is problem solve. So it's a lot of that involved. So I had to do a lot of that these past few days, have some tough conversations, and but it's gonna be okay. And I think that for the most part, it's going to work out. I'm gonna get my clients to the finish line, which is all I hope for. And quite honestly, some may say, my only reason for hoping for it is because I get my check. Yeah, that's part of it. Absolutely. Does that come in secondary? For sure. Is that a part of the top two reasons, three reasons? Absolutely. But the first thing is I want to finish. I want to get to the end goal for why my clients came to see me, which is getting them into their home. Okay. And that is the most rewarding thing. And it completely outweighs getting the check at closing, right? I never want to see a client get to the finish line or almost to the finish line, and it can't happen or not happen. So don't worry, because you'll get testimonials from those particular clients who will get to closing. Just look out for those, because there are going to be some fun, interesting stories once we close. Not fun in the midst of it, right? But in the end, hindsight is always 2020. So as I continue to fuss with myself, get myself together, I'm excited to talk about this topic today. This topic, okay, talking about buying over 50, buying over 50, buying over 55. Let's be clear. Listen, the new 30 is 50, right? So being 50 does not mean that you are over the hill. It does not mean what it used to be in times past, right? I remember being 50, you were wearing a muumuu, and you still might, and that's okay, right? But you were wearing, it was just, you were just instantly just a senior, a grandma, but nowadays people are 50 and fabulous. People are 60 and fabulous. And I love that, right? But I want to talk about buying after 50. Okay. I had the pleasure of being able to help a client, one of my first clients, to get their home, who was over 50. And was one of the most rewarding things. And I'll tell you why. It's rewarding because you get to see somebody trailblaze, to do something that they might have never thought they could be able to do, right? Because a lot of times people just don't know. They just don't know that, they didn't have the knowledge, or maybe the knowledge they heard was very limited. So they didn't get the full knowledge of the possibility of them buying a home, all that good stuff. And so a lot of times you will just be like, I don't know. I don't know that I could get this. And then you're hit with, well, maybe I could get it, but does it even make sense to get? I'm older. I have a lot of years behind me, not that many more ahead of me. Not trying to be shady, to be clear, because I do have a lot of my different demographic are 50 and over, and that's why I wanted to talk about it. My primary, of course, is 20s and 30s, but I do have a demographic of clients and people who watch me who are over 50. So we got to talk about it. We got to talk about it. I love my baby boomers, and we're going to talk about it. So, number one, let's do some housekeeping. Let's do some housekeeping, because I have to tell you right now, and I have to tell you at the end of this, that of course, She, Me, Her is doing a home buying seminar. Okay, and I need to see your face in the place. It is not an option for you guys not to be there. So if you're interested in buying and you're over 50, if you're interested in buying and you're under 50, whatever age you are, whatever stage you are in life, I need you to attend this home buying seminar. If you don't need to attend it, invite somebody. Invite your friends, invite your family, invite your children, invite your grandkids, whomever you need to invite. Invite them. Your aunties, your uncles, whomever. Okay, it is going to be happening this Saturday at 10 a.m. And listen, you're going to learn about the current housing market. A lot of people are skeptical, like, should I even buy now? It's crazy out here. I keep hearing all the stories. Well, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about if it makes sense to buy now. Now, we're going to talk about financing options. Say, hey, I only got $2. Can I really buy right now? Well, we're going to talk about some programs available to you if you need help. Okay. First time home buying grabs, all that good stuff. So listen, you need to go to register.djmrealtyco.com. Register.djmrealtyco.com. And listen, it's free. What are we doing? It's free. Okay. So if you have an hour to spare, usually my home seminars don't take longer than that. So if you have an hour to spare, please join me on this Saturday morning at 10 a.m. All right. Let's get back into it. So, regarding buying over 50, why do I need to buy over 50? What is the point? I'm heading towards retirement. That is what I'm thinking about, is getting out of the workforce. So what do I need to buy now for? One of the reasons why it's good, right? If you have been renting all of your life, most of your years, some of the things that can happen when you are at a rental, particularly the rentals that are like apartment complexes and things of that nature, they typically go up every year, right? If you're renting from a private landlord, right, they may not go up every year, but they might go up, every couple of years, every so often, right? So it's rare that landlords do not go up in their rental price. So the great thing about buying is that you have that stability. Okay, so that's the first thing. You have that stability. Rent may fluctuate. Even if that particular rental that you're at now, if the price does not change, maybe you want to leave, right? Maybe you just want to move to a different area or something like that. And by the time you're 5 years out, 10 years out, the rental market has changed drastically. So you could be paying $800 for all the 10 years you were somewhere, for the most part a good place, but maybe the landlord just let things go or something like that, or just the neighborhood or whatever, and you want to move somewhere else thinking that $800 is going to get you what you once had or in the area that you want to be, and it's not. And that's terrible, right? You don't want to spend all those years renting and not being able to get what you want out of your home. Okay, so it provides you that stability. Now, your principal and interest stays the same unless you refinance. Okay, unless you refinance. So that's the stability that we're talking about. And if you refinance, that's always good, because then your interest rate goes down. That means your payments will go down. Now, taxes you cannot control. That's a part of your mortgage payment. If your taxes change, it's progressively, incrementally, all that good stuff. But what you can change, like I said, if you refinance, your principal and interest will change, and or if your insurance, so your home insurance may go up, but you can do something about that. That's why you always shop lenders. You should always shop lenders, not lenders. I'm sorry, shop mortgage insurance companies, right? You should always be shopping insurance companies, on your auto, on your home, because you want to make sure that you're getting the best rate, right? So those are things that when you're kind of looking towards having more of a stable income, looking towards retirement, maybe you have, SSI, disability, just, your retirement money, your fixed income, then having something that's more stable is the best bet, right? So number 2, lenders. Now you might be thinking to yourself, is the lender even going to lend to me because I'm older? Absolutely they will. Absolutely. Matter of fact, you can a lot of times be more appealing to lenders because you have that stability. You have that savings, you have your retirement. So, they look at it from the standpoint if something were to happen, could they really uphold under this mortgage? And 9 times out of 10, you can, right? If you have those nest eggs, typically that you might have beyond 50, right? So it is definitely something that lenders are always looking for stability, making sure that you have stable income, consistent income. Of course, you've been working at your job for a number of years, or you may have been an entrepreneur for a number of years. So you have that stability there where absolutely they will give you the financing that you need. Now, of course, if it's your first time buying a home, it's definitely those first time home buyer grants available to you, which is always fantastic. And then you can get those interest rates that are available out here today that are really, really good. You can get all kinds of help. Okay, so don't think that our lenders are not going to lend to you because you're of a certain age. If they are discriminating, that is a problem. Okay, that is a problem, and that's a big no. But typically, absolutely not. As long as you have what everybody else needs, right, which is your credit score being where it needs to be, your income, being where it needs to be to qualify you, that's all that matters. Okay. Number 3, an option, as we were talking about interest rate, is to maybe get a 15-year mortgage. Now, a lot of times when you're older and you're getting your home, you're like, well, my concern is, I don't want to be paying for a mortgage for 30 years, or, it's kind of morbid, but realistic. Am I going to be around in 30 years, right? I'm concerned about having an outstanding mortgage in case something happens, right? Or, I don't want to put that burden on my family. I want to do it for my family. I want to, do this, have something to leave my family, but I don't want it to be a burden to them if something were to happen to me, right? So one of the ways that one of the solutions is doing a 15-year mortgage, right? So pretty much instead of paying the loan off in 30 years, you're paying the loan off in 15 years. The great thing is that oftentimes you're getting a lower interest rate, okay? Your interest rate is lower, right? So that's always good. Now, of course, your monthly payments is going to, be higher. So as far as what you're qualified for, the areas, the kind of house you want, is going to change because pretty much you're doubling up your payments almost. So instead of, you might be able to qualify for a $500,000, mortgage, for a 30-year, but it may go to, $350 for a 15-year, right? It may go to $300 for a 15-year, and that may be okay with you, right? If you're downsizing, if you're, just doing some things that, where you can buy something that's smaller or in certain areas, right? So it just depends on your situation. But it is one way, of course, to kind of help put that, question or concern to bed. Another way to put that concern to bed: what am I going to do with a 30-year mortgage? I'm not trying to pay something for 30 years, right? So another solution could be to get mortgage life insurance or mortgage protection life insurance. Okay, this is not to be confused with a PMI, which is private mortgage insurance, right? So let's talk about the difference. I talk about that a lot, right? So private mortgage insurance is insurance that the lender takes out on you to cover their behinds in case you default, right? They take out insurance just in case this person. Now, if you're putting down less than 20% down on your home, okay, less than 20% down payment on your home, they're going to give you what's called a PMI that's wrapped into your mortgage, your monthly mortgage amount, your private mortgage insurance, where the lender takes out insurance on you just in case you default. So they're covered. They're not losing anything, right? It's not to be confused with that, okay? What I'm talking about is private mortgage life insurance. And this insurance is similar to life insurance or term life insurance, but the difference is it's specifically for your house, for your mortgage, okay? And upon your death, that money goes directly to your lender. Okay. Now, of course, this amount decreases. Okay. So say that your loan amount was $300,000 at the start of it. But then, 10 years in, God forbid something happens. And, it changes from 300,000 to now your loan amount is only, I'm just throwing out numbers, 200,000, right? That's what you owe. So therefore, upon your death, something happens. Okay, that money goes directly to the lender. Okay, as opposed to a regular term life insurance, it goes to your beneficiary. Okay, it goes to your beneficiary and it is dispersed however your beneficiary sees fit. All right, so that's the difference between the two. So a lot of times it's a viable option. You want to make sure that house is paid. And listen, let's be honest. Sometimes you just don't trust your family. But like, I want this house to be paid off. I want it to stay in my family. And I don't trust my family to just have control over my life insurance. Let's be real. Can we just talk for a second? I don't trust my family to just take my life insurance and do what's right. We'll do the sensible thing. And, just doing the sensible thing. So you might say, nope. On top of my life insurance or in addition to whatever, I'm going to get this kind of insurance to make sure that this house is completely paid off. Don't have to be a burden to my family or to anybody else that I leave the house to. The only thing I need to make sure of is that I leave my house to somebody, right? And that happens in your will, which is the next thing, the fifth thing, right? Making sure you have your affairs in order. Okay, so just making sure you have your will, you're leaving your house to somebody. And listen, we're just being honest here. These are real life concerns, right? So making sure that you have a will to leave your house to your family, making sure all things are taken care of is something that ensures that what you invested in can continue on, because that's what you want. That's your goal, right? You want to leave something. A lot of times that's why people buy, right? You want to leave something for your family. So making sure you have that will is a good way to do it. Another thing to consider when buying a home, maybe a 55 plus active living community. It doesn't have to, be, I'm not talking a nursing home or things of that nature, but I'm talking about just an active living community that caters to those who are in retirement age, close to retirement age. They have, communities that have activities, amenities that, cater to an active, vibrant, mature lifestyle. Also, a lot of times they have ranch homes, that might have lakes. They might have all kinds of stuff that caters to a lifestyle that you want by the time you're at retirement age. Okay, that's it, guys. That is it for today's and this week's. Now, please forgive me if you hear my child on the background because it's summertime. It's no school. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't know too many parents who are sending their kids to, stuff too much. If they are, it's like, little weekly or, like small stuff. So kids are home. So anywho, that is it for today's and this week's Tuesday tip at 2. Listen, number one, I forgot to say this at the top, but I need you to like, share, subscribe, comment, all that other stuff. If this was helpful to you, if it was good information, if it was something that somebody your family, mom, dad, auntie, uncle, friend, co-worker, whoever it is, if this could be beneficial to you or someone else, please share it out. All right. If you're interested in learning how you can sell your home, how you can buy a home, please go to book.djmrealtyco.com. Again, book is in there somewhere, book.djmrealtyco.com, and let's set you up for your virtual consultation. Now, I have to remind you once again, this Saturday, this is what we're doing. This is where I'll be, right here. All right, home buying seminar. If you're interested, if you're over 50, you're like, but I really like this video. You have convinced me to buy. I was thinking about it, but I'm sold. And you want to know how to get started, you need to come here. I need to see your face in the place via Zoom. Okay, home buying seminar. We're going to get you ready and started now. You need to go to register.djmrealtyco.com. Register.djmrealtyco.com. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. And listen, until next time. Remember, there is no place like home, no place like home buying. And I will see you guys next week for our all new Tuesday tip at 2. Bye bye. Enjoy this beautiful day. It is stunning out here. The birds are chirping. The weather is just, beautiful 70 something weather. I mean, it's lovely. It's sun. So enjoy it. Bye bye.